Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever Monday Night Raw of this TEW series. So excited to get through the first episode. We're coming right off the heels of Elimination Chamber. I'm going to throw up the results of Elimination Chamber in the description, so right before you keep watching this video, if you haven't watched the prologue video, look at that, and you'll see all the things that are going on and our current storylines and whatnot. And we will officially start Monday Night Raw. I believe we're going from Bobcat Stadium, which is the same region we ran Elimination Chamber, like a follow-up. So let us begin there. Alright, so we're going to open the show with a pre-show match. Pride and Honor, originally they were called Lethal Blood. I changed their names on suggestion from someone on the Grey Dog Studio forums. I posted, because I was looking for a name for these guys for a while, and I actually kind of like the name Pride and Honor. So Pride and Honor, they take on the United Kingdom. They are in a losing effort, however, when Nicholas Magnus defeats Jay Lethal with an assisted European uppercut, and getting the United Kingdom some heat going in for their very feud with Zack Ryder. Go on here. And in the opening segment of the show, we have CM Punk, John Morrison, and The Miz. And CM Punk starts off. He's talking about The Rock winning the Elimination Chamber to earn the number one contendership for his WWE title. You know, he's talking about, how The Rock, he's a part-timer. He doesn't deserve this. He may have put in the effort at Elimination Chamber. He may have gotten someone injured. We're kind of hiding the act. The Rock suffered a groin strain, quote-unquote, but he should be fine. He's working through the pain, so I'm not just gonna not have him be on Raw for this week and not really wrestle at all. And then we have as he's talking about that, pretty much just shitting on The Rock, John Morrison comes out saying, CM Punk, you've never put your title against me. I was a United States champion, a fighting champion. I fought in Survivor Series. I beat The Miz at Elimination. I would have been in the Elimination Chamber if it wasn't for The Miz. Who then The Miz comes out, and, they all start pretty much a generic WWE sports entertainment segment, as you can see there. And that's building up. We're going to have a match. It's CM Punk and The Miz versus John Morrison and a partner of his choosing in the main event of Raw tonight. And we believe we got the first match. We got a first match here. It's just a simple John Cena, Jack Swagger match. 85B, and about the head, great wrestling, in good heat. John Cena defeats Jack Swagger in 19 minutes 34 by submission with the STF. The reason the matches are long is because they just get better ratings when they're that. This obviously didn't get just because Jack Swagger's not as great. I wonder why that didn't get as good of a rating. Mainly just Jack Swagger, and they're holding back, I guess. But, John Cena taps out Jack Swagger, but during the final segments of the match, the Titantron lights up, and we see video, kind of like the entrance video of Sting, if you remember that, the whole kind of creepy, the bugs and the shaking of the lantern. So it kind of distracts John Cena for a moment, but then he just doesn't worry about it, and he goes on to submit Jack Swagger with the STF. And after the match, he gets on the microphone, and pretty much John Cena's been in a rough spot these past couple of months. Pretty much the whole year of 2012 and now going into 2013, that has not changed. So he kind of looks different. His mannerisms are a bit different. He's more kind of subdued. He's not the rub-a-doo, smelly pants kind of John Cena we've come to know and love, but more of a focused. He gets on the microphone and he doesn't really say much. All he really gets to the point is saying that Sting, he's the franchise of WCW and this is his first time in the WWE. John Cena's been the franchise, the icon of WWE. There's no secret about it. At WrestleMania, I'm going to show Sting why he's not the franchise of anything and why WCW died the death it deserved. And he throws the mic down. Maybe get some boos from the audience. Boo, we are in, the South. Well, Texas wasn't really a big part of, well, actually, yeah, it's fair to say that. But we are in Bobcat Stadium. But John Cena kind of getting some heat there on Sting. Kind of more of a heelish side. He's not fully heel, but, he's focused. He wants to beat Sting. He wants to win at WrestleMania because he's lost at the last one. He couldn't fight The Rock. He couldn't make up for that, so he's going to make up for something here. And then we have a backstage segment where Wade Barrett and Zack Ryder run into each other. Zack Ryder got the win over Wade Barrett. They are 1-for-1, and Wade Barrett defeated Zack Ryder And now Zack Ryder's picked up a win, so it's 1-1. You know, it's kind of like we're heading into the blow-off section of this feud. And Wade Barrett, simply, he's mocking Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder's being the goof we all know and love. We're still in the Ryder Revolution era, the woo-woo-woo, you know it. And Wade Barrett's more of a serious guy, you know, telling, you know, you don't deserve to be here. All that shenanigans. I'm sorry I'm not as in-depth as some other people. Maybe as time goes on, I could be more in-depth, but, you know, pretty much simple backstage promo between Wade Barrett and Zack Ryder to give their feud a little heat. And we have a fatal four-way match. This is actually a number one contendership for the United States title. It's Evan Bourne, Brodus Clay, Lord Tensai, and Shad Gaspard of Crime Time. And Evan Bourne picks up the win after he hits Shad Gaspard with the corkscrew moonsault. I believe Evan Bourne, did the best out of this match with the 77, Brodus Clay 59. I kind of got to change up Brodus Clay's gimmick. Lord Tensai got a pretty decent... Lord Tensai has been giving me decent ratings. I'm kind of sad. And then Shad Gaspard with a 62. So 78B is pretty good for a non-storyline match up here. But as we cut there, boom, I don't know why is the story... Oh, I think I might have fucked up and not put Evan Bourne in the storyline. That's my bad. But as Evan Bourne's celebrating his win, the lights go out. The Titantron flashes, the generic Bray Wyatt signaling his arrival. He's on the screen holding his United States Championship, and he's just looking, you know, Evan Bourne, you fly through the sky, but me, I cleanse the earth, and, you know, kind of, you know, generic Bray Wyatt shit. Building up to their match at WrestleMania. I already have it pre-booked, so I don't need to do any of that. Pretty much just Bray Wyatt talking about how he's gonna beat Evan Bourne at WrestleMania, and the challenge has been thrown down, whatnot. And we have another backstage segment. This one I actually can tell you is Madison Lane's walking around. Madison Lane has been on an absolute tear through the women's Divas division, I should say. We're still in that era of WWE. She has gone on. She's defeated pretty much every challenger from Layla to Velvet to Katie Lee to, you know, Beth Phoenix to Karma even at one point. So she's just walking down, celebrating her title win. And she's, you know... runs into Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus hasn't been used that much, but she's essentially my GM of the women's division. Think of what they're doing with Alexa Bliss on Raw a couple of weeks ago until they decided to stop that. So Trish Stratus says, you know, you're not out of the woods yet. WrestleMania, the women's title, the Divas title, I'm still used to that. The Divas title will be defended at WrestleMania. And Madison Lane goes, who am I going to defend it against? I've literally beaten nearly everyone here. And she goes, there are a couple of women you haven't defeated, Madison, and we're going to have some qualifying matches. We're going to have a number one contendership mini tournament going on here as soon as I can get everything ready. So you should probably watch out for that. You're not getting WrestleMania off on a free pass. And she walks away as Madison Lane looks pretty pissed that she couldn't just sit back and watch Mania. Because you all should watch Mania on the WWE Network. No, I'm just kidding. And we got here, and we got a decent match between two women's tag teams, between the Gatecrashers of Katie Lee and Velvet. They were unsuccessful at the title, but they are able to get some good matches here against the Bellas. Getting a Blood Mist to beat Katie Lee, gets the Blood Mist to defeat Nikki Bella in 14:07. Velvet 72, Katie Lee 81. My God, Katie Lee probably is going to go places at some point. Brie Bella with a 76 and Nikki Bella with a 74. So pretty decent match, but just didn't have much heat. And plus, it's not a storyline match. If it had a storyline match, probably would have gotten pretty higher rating. But it doesn't matter. John Morrison is backstage. We have a freelance segment. I was mainly using freestyle segments, but now I have gotten my own like miniature angle pack in there. I was using those, but in this segment, John Morrison's walking around backstage, and he's looking for a partner when he runs into Mr. Money in the Bank, Kofi Kingston. And you know Kofi Kingston's been wanting to get his shot at CM Punk. He's been biding his time, so they're going to join up together in the main event here. And I believe the next match, I might look like an idiot, but I believe the next match is a qualifier for Money in the Bank. We are doing Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. We had the pay-per-view. Kofi Kingston is Money in the Bank right now for the Raw title, but the Money in the Bank will be kind of like the classic WrestleMania where you just pick a world championship. Even if he hasn't cashed in at WrestleMania, he will still be considered Money in the Bank. So we'll have 2 Money in the Banks running around like we did before, just maybe on different brands, maybe on the same brand. Who knows? But I believe that match is... Yep, and this is the match. It's Chris Jericho taking on Shelton Benjamin. And, Shelton Benjamin tries... everyone wants to be Money in the Bank. I want to be a Money in the Bank. You want to be a Money in the Bank. Your mother wants to be a Money in the Bank. Shelton Benjamin tries, but he is just no match for Chris Jericho. Because after 20 minutes, he locks in the walls of Jericho, and he makes Shelton Benjamin tap out in a pretty good match. Like I said, I've been getting some decent match ratings. Again, these are for non-storyline matches. And we go backstage. We have Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Raw general manager. He is looking on this, on the, doing that classic where there's the video and the guy's watching it. Stone Cold says, well, in case that was our qualifier for Money in the Bank, and next week we have another qualifier for Money in the Bank, and this goes out to you, Chris Jericho, because your Jericho buddy, the Big Show, is going to be taking on Alex Riley. And, Alex Riley getting a pretty good shot at Money in the Bank, but he's going to have to go through the Big Show. And, spoiler alert, it's pretty hard to go through the Big Show in 2013. If this was nowadays, he'd probably beat up Big Show, because Big Show always loses. But, still we have some decent tactics there. And I believe, yes, we have our main event, in which... in a main event that had great heat and good wrestling, The Miz and CM Punk defeat John Morrison and Kofi Kingston when CM Punk hits the go to sleep on John Morrison. The Miz and CM Punk, they don't work together as a tag team. That's probably why the rating was a little bit awkward. CM Punk with an 89, that's probably the worst performance he's had, but that goes to show you how good CM Punk is. The Miz with an 80, Kofi Kingston with an 84, John Morrison with an 89. I'm just trying to get no worker improvements. I probably should have looked at that stuff. But we lost heat on the CM Punk Rock storyline while Miz and Morrison advanced, but we're probably going to pick up some heat with the next segment. As in the next segment, well, this did not get as good as rating as I thought it would. But it's still a great rating. CM Punk just beats Kofi Kingston down. Kofi Kingston tries to leave after consoling a down John Morrison. CM Punk just starts attacking him. Probably because, he's Mr. Money in the Bank, and you figure he doesn't want to give Kofi Kingston a shot at cashing that in. So Raw ends, as it has done for a while now, with CM Punk standing over a fallen opponent. That fallen opponent tonight being Kofi Kingston. We'll now end the show, see how our show did. 83 increased the popular 19 regions. I'm not sure which regions did increase. That might have been either America or not. Still, Raw getting a 93 is pretty awesome. Probably if I didn't have the pre-show, it would have gotten a little better, because I believe that actually affects the ratings. Or at least it has. I've gotten rid of pre-shows and done great. But that's still an overall good Raw. So I will see you guys... that's it for this episode. I'll see you guys on the next episode of SmackDown, which will also feature the B Show Superstars to start out.